Death Ascendant was released in 1996 for levels 6 to 8, written by Lisa Smedden with interior art by John Dollar and a cover by Fred Fields. It is 64 pages with a full poster-sized map. It is the second module in the Grim Harvest series and takes place in the city of Nartok in the domain of Darkon. It details Aslan's plot to bring about the Requiem and escape RAVENLOFT. The story has the adventurers track the remnants of the Ebb and Fold from Falknovia to the city of Nartok in Darkon. The heroes track the Ebb and Fold to the Temple of Eternal Order, which is Darkon's state religion. The head of the order is Lolan Dashin, who is a failed experiment of Aslan and essentially a clone of him, although Lolan is unaware of this. The Eternal Order pretends that they are keeping the hour of ascension at bay, which will bring about the Night of the Dead. The temple is occupied by members of the Order and of the Kargat, Aslan's secret police. They are working together under orders from Aslan to conduct an experiment, though they do not like each other. The temple holds the Eternal Machine, which is powered by life force stolen by the Ebb and Fold daggers. Once powered up, Lolan will enter the Infernal Machine and be transformed into a Lich. Aslan has sanctioned this experiment to further his own ends. The remaining Ebb and Fold members power the machine with their daggers, but it is not enough energy to fully power it, so during the church service the Ebb and Fold will drain members of the congregation. The heroes will sneak in and try to stop the ritual, but they will eventually be too late. Lolan will enter the Infernal Machine and be transformed just as the heroes are about to stop him. Lolan will not be transformed into a Lich, but as a powerful creature known as Death. Death is incorporeal, except for his skull and hands, and drains the life from his victims just by touching them. He has control of all undead around him, and he is very hard to kill. The heroes must somehow escape the Temple of Eternal Order with Death hounding their every move. To escape, the heroes must discover a weakness and use it against Death to temporarily defeat him. The adventure is again a basic dungeon crawl, but with the stakes a lot higher. The dungeon crawl part is okay and has some good moments. The Eternal Order is a good idea and becomes a part of Darkon's history from here on out. Death is a fantastic villain and of course will be seen again in future RAVENLOFT products and will become a Dark Lord. He becomes a very prominent villain in the RAVENLOFT campaign setting. I do recommend Death Ascendant. It is better than Death Unchained, even though it's still a dungeon crawl. The city of Nartok and the domain are not detailed, but the Eternal Order is introduced and are quite interesting. Then there is Death. The players are there for this historic creation and have a good fight against a future nemesis. And of course it is the second adventure in the Grim Harvest series, so it is a must-have. Death is in the cards. The remnants of the Ebb and Fold are cutting a deadly path through Falknovia countryside, draining travelers of their life force and leaving withered corpses in their wake. Hot on the trail, you come across the sole survivor of one of these deadly attacks, a young Vistani man with an extraordinary skill for fortune telling. His Taroka deck helps close the gap between you and the assassins. Together you follow the trail through Darkon, the dark domain of the Lynch Lord Aslan, to the city of Nartok. With an unholy alliance, something very strange is happening in Nartok. The killers enter the Temple of Eternal Order and don't come out. It seems that the state religion of Darkon is giving succor to these assassins. To make matters more confusing, the Kargat, the domain's secret police, has put aside its feud with the Eternal Order and has a large contingent staying at the temple as well. These three organizations working together bodes ill for the residents of Nartok. And schemes within infernal schemes. Great amounts of life energy are being collected for some foul purpose, although no one seems to know what exactly it is. The Taroka cards provide only mysterious glimpses of the future, a future in which a powerful evil sweeps the land and death walks the world. Can you discover the truth of what is happening in the temple in time to avert the disaster predicted by the cards? Death Ascendant is a full-length adventure that can be run as a standalone scenario or the second in the Grim Harvest series. It contains a 64-page adventure booklet plus a full-color poster map detailing the Temple of Eternal Order for 3 to 6 characters of levels 6 to 8.